Brace for impact. Bank of America senior strategist Michael Hartnett sends shockwaves through the crypto world, warning of a Bitcoin bubble on the brink of a bursting. Is Bitcoin headed towards zero? Stay tuned as market rollercoaster takes a daring turn. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's start. So we're starting off with information on the correction. The Bitcoin correction is upon us. The two significant ranges are $69,000 and $70,000 for resistance and $60.5 to $63,000 for support. Now all eyes are on the 69,700 range for the next course for action. Scenario number 1, if we retest the 69,000 resistance but fail to break above it, then this correction can last a bit longer and deeper to retest below 63,000. A rejection from 69,000 would show a lower highs and breakout retest but in a downward direction. Scenario number 2, if we retest and break above the 70k resistance, then this correction would likely be over and we should see the uptrend resume. In this scenario, a new higher high would be formed, indicating the correction ending and the new uptrend starting. For now, remain in its position in positions and closely monitoring, not making moves just yet. Next up, Bitcoin and all the majors will follow one of two paths from here: consolidation over the next several days and a move higher to the high 70s, low 80s. A break below this 65k low, confirming a bigger correction into the low 60s, high 50s. My bet is currently on scenario number 1 as I am long, but I have tight stops in a profit. This setup looks pretty similar to what we saw right after the ETF approval, but again, if we get the necessary consolidation, this time could be different. Gun to my head, I think 100k is next for Bitcoin. You get scared when 60k gives in. Until then, all deeps are for buying. So Bitcoin hash rate just hit a new all-time high, probably nothing for us. As well as Bitcoin is very strong and still printing higher lows. March 10 to 15 days were given 2 weeks ago in an update. MMMs are manipulating the market, sweeping liquidity up and down, trading leverage and dangerous in this environment. Worst case scenario is 200 moving average for our retest at 59k to sweep sell side liquidity, but not guaranteed. Some thoughts on the future MSTR stock split. If MSTR stock split were to happen, I don't think it will happen until at least May. Why? Masaylor selling 5,000 shares a day until late April, coincidentally timed with MSTR World, Q1 FASB earnings and the Bitcoin halving. These 5,000 shares are a function of the current shares OS. So if there were to be a stock split before May 10-1, optically Saylor would go from selling 5,000 shares a day to 50,000 shares a day, as this narrative would be optically poor for news articles and sentiment for the folks that don't understand the big picture. If the stock split happens after Saylor has concluded his share options exercise, the relative share sales permanently recorded in the SEC filings will be optically smaller than the future tradable shares post-stock split. So it would be much harder for news journalism outlets to spread FUD when the share sales are permanently recorded at a smaller nominal size before potential stock split. So will a stock split happen? Who knows, but wouldn't be surprised if something so monumental was announced and the MSTR world. The next one we go for. I think it might be over for normies. When Bitcoin hits 100k, they will think it's way too expensive and start trading shitcoins again. Then they get wrecked again, cycle repeats over and over again. This cycle is different because of the ETF, sure, but it looks like that doesn't protect price from pre-halving retrace, which tends to happen in every single cycle. Seeing photos like this posted on my timeline reassures me Bitcoin is going to $75,000 next. The Argentinian peso has literally gone to zero against the Bitcoin, and all I'm telling you that Argentinian peso is probably already a dead currency of now. It started from 2018 and now it's just at the zero, complete zero, and it's not going to recover, I feel like. New $88 million leveraged Bitcoin positions liquidated in 24 hours, losing money in a bull market. That's kind of funny. Also, I'm also long Bitcoin here from sub 67,000 targeting new all-time high. Paper hands will buy higher at a loss. As Michael Saylor is going to be the Warren Buffett of our time, you should stick to this information and believe in this guy. Bubble risk in tech and crypto markets according to Bank of America strategists. Bank of America's senior strategists point to the possibility of a bubble as indicated by science in the market. In his latest interview with Bloomberg, the bank's chief investment strategist Michael Hartnett notes that the rise of cryptocurrencies value the magnificent 7 technology companies and stocks associated with artificial intelligence carry the risk of a bubble. So Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, markets, and enthusiasm. According to Hartnett, there is great enthusiasm in the markets, primarily due to the Federal Reserve's desire to keep interest rates low. However, the risk of a bubble emerges when too much money chases too few assets and everyone is after high returns. Rapidly rising prices, high valuations, and widespread increases are signs of this situation. So the magnificent 7 technology companies include Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, Apple, Alphabet, Nvidia, and Tesla. Will the bubble burst? Hartnett states that a bubble does not necessarily have to burst yet, but he expresses concerns about the macroeconomic indicators in the US, especially the labor market scene. And it's clear that the US labor market is in a tough spot. Moreover, there is not a single person who believes US inflation will drop to 2%, because that's not the case. Inflation has fluctuated between 3 and 4%, as therefore higher than expected inflation and lower than expected growth are typically negative for risky assets. However, if risky assets are saying we don't care, we are investing in artificial intelligence and similar things, this is a very symptomatic indicator of a bubble concern. Although the warning companies talk of a bubble, frankly, I believe the recent increase in the cryptocurrency markets are more of a revival after a long bear market rather than a bubble. When there is an upward trend in the market, prices can sometimes retract, labeling every pullback as a bubble is frankly unfair to a market approaching $3 trillion. As I write this article, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency values are experiencing a pullback similar to yesterday's movement. However, prices had already been on the rise since the morning hours. Bitcoin is at 67,344. So, how long Bitcoin price may plunge amidst the market correction? Bitcoin price, leading cryptocurrency by market cap, witnessed a notable supply pressure on the weekend, leading to an immediate reversal from its all-time high of 73,750 as the bearish turnaround evidenced by 3 red candles plunges the asset 9% all down to currently trade at $66,000 and more than 10% already. However, market experts perceive this sell-off as a natural pullback in an established rally to regain bullish momentum. Within the last 2 months, Bitcoin has witnessed an aggressive rally, registering a price from 38,555 to a new all-time high. This 91% upswing, accompanied by increasing volume and massive inflows through the Bitcoin ETFs, indicated a substantial rally. Next up, analysts warned soon Bitcoin's volatility may run out, and explained why. So, Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency, may soon lose its status as a volatile asset, and according to Bitwise asset manager Chief Investment Officer Matt Hougan attributes this change to the significant decline in Bitcoin's price fluctuations over the past decade. As Hougan explained that the current Bitcoin market is fundamentally fueled by a simple supply-demand imbalance, as we have a huge new source of demand coming from these ETFs, and we have an inelastic supply, Hougan told CNBC's ETF Edge on Monday, as the first Bitcoin exchange-traded fund began trading on January 11th. Since then, the Bitcoin price has increased by more than 50%, reaching an all-time high of just under $74,000. So that's kind of all the information we got on today's video, and if you're interested in more, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next one, and peace.